Okay, let me just say this. The purpose of this video is not to point fingers or not to say, oh, Jeffree, you're lying. I'm just here looking at the evidence. I have no vested interest in either one of these YouTubers. I see now that they are fairly large YouTubers. I don't follow either one, so I don't have a vested interest.
In her video, she states, I told her to fuck off or go fuck herself.
Text that Jeffree Star shows in his video, and at the bottom, the very last sentence, it says, basically, please worry about yourself and stay the F out of my business. Now, I don't know about you guys, but essentially that means F off.
I never said that, Kat. Why would you make that up? The real I said, first off, he, meaning BJ, never did artwork for me, and we passed on using him. What I mean by this is that he did start an idea, but he did not design my entire packaging. BJ started drawing a logo.
Okay, Jeffree, are you talking about these ideas, these drafts that he started for you?
So here we are, my graphic guy did the logo for me. Now, it is a basic star off Google.
Resemble remotely this or that? Looks very similar to me. I don't know, I could be mistaken.
That screenshot that Kat held up is like about 20 logos that he had quickly sketched up at the time.
Okay, Jeffree, are you talking about these ideas that Kat is holding up? That is also this idea, which looks like a final rough draft of an idea that resembles this and this.
I was stoked on getting something done, but I was also a little fearful because at that moment I had invested my entire, like every last dime I had on my brand. So I'm sitting there like, oh my god, this guy is like an amazing tattooer, he's a respectable artist, he's worked with her and done so many things, so I'm like, oh my god. So long story short, I didn't have a manager at the time. I had just fired my entire team from music. A year later, here we are. I had no manager, no lawyer, no business advisor to help me. So I'm just this person that really doesn't have a lot of money left. I'm trying to start my brand, and point blank, I couldn't afford him.
Okay, so he stated that he couldn't afford them. So what it seems like to me is that the gentleman did the rough draft, sent him a copy of the rough draft and say, hey, what do you think of this? And he was like, I can't afford it, so let me tweak this and use it. Because that's what it appears that has happened to me. Could be mistaken. So let's continue.
And I just want to note that my merch in Hot Topic back in like 2007 to 2009, I had a star logo on everything with the J in it. And you can Google that. The receipts are all there.
Okay, guys, so he said the receipts are all there. He said basically Google him. And so let's see what's going on once you Google him. And let's see the stars that he's referring to. See, I Googled Jeffree Star's clothing hot topics. These are the only stars I came up with. What I also did was, let's go back to the top here. I also, let's delete this. Hold on. Okay. I also went to Google and basically put in Jeffree Star's clothing. And this is what came up. This looks like him. Yes. So this is what came up when I Googled Jeffree Star. Oh, and there's the little monster. Oh, and vanity. Okay. So this is his clothing line. Oh, that's him right there. Okay, I don't see any stars on this one either. The point I'm making is when you tell somebody to go Google you, they're probably going to Google you. So that's number one. And when you say, you know, the receipts are there, that's the very thing they're going to look for. Okay, let's continue on. Oh, this is a good picture. This is a nice picture of him. And it says vanity. Okay. So again, I don't see the Star logo, but that's neither here or there. The Star logo at this point is being used.
It had a Star logo on everything with the J in it. And you can Google that. The receipts are all there. I definitely learned my lesson.
I don't have a vested interest in neither party. I didn't know either party before YouTube was bombarded with responses to the Kat Von D and Jeffree Star's, you know, controversy. I was like, who are these people? I've never heard of them. The first time I heard of them, the first time I heard of Star was when somebody was saying that he was going to pour acid on some black girl's face to make her light skinned. Now, this is my thing. As a gay male in America, there is no way. I don't know if this is true. I wasn't in the room. Only you, that person, and God knows what happened. But if that is remotely true, shame on you. Alright, let's move on.
My graphic guy was like, well, let me do something. And I said that I was very inspired by the classic designers like Gucci and Louis and Chanel. So he did a mirrored J, put it in there. Does it look similar? 100% it does. But did I steal the logo? 100% I did not.
Does that resemble remotely this?
So I never stole a logo, and BJ never said I stole the logo. Actually, from talking to him this week, I found out that he had no idea Kat was going to go public and show his design and mention his name. I know that he's a private person and he has a family, so for her to put that on blast without previously asking him, I find very inappropriate, and I just feel sorry that he's now being dragged into this. What Kat did, which she shouldn't have done, is spoke for somebody that never asked them to. And she also didn't know that my current manager and lawyer were already talking to his manager and lawyer, and we're working something out because, long story short, now that my brand is successful, I wanted to take care of somebody who was work for hire. My current manager and lawyer were already talking to his manager and lawyer, and we're working something out because, long story short, now that my brand is successful, I wanted to take care of somebody who was work for hire and that had helped me in the beginning and inspired something. So, long story short, BJ has been paid. He has been fully paid out. There is no debt. There's no pay your bills, all that.
I'm confused. Why are you paying? Okay, I just need to understand. So, the manager. Okay, I need to understand this because initially he said, one, he didn't steal the logo. Number one, he said his graphic guy did it. It's just a simple star off of Google. Then he moves forward to say, long story short, my manager and my attorney is already talking to his lawyer, and I wanted to do something for someone that was paid for hire, and he's paid now, being that his business is successful. But why are you paying somebody who didn't do work for you is what I'm not understanding that part. Like, why would you pay somebody if they didn't do any work for me? Why am I paying them? I'm just a little confused on that one. Looking at Kat's video, I don't think she's really bashing Jeffree. I think he's a little upset that she exposed him. I think that's where the controversy comes into play. There are three sides to every story, to every situation, to every scenario that two people or more are involved in. There's the A side, the C side, and the B side that lies in the middle where you'll find the truth. Again, I have no vested interest in either one of these YouTubers. I don't follow either one, so I don't have a vested interest. So I'm not pro Kat or pro Jeffree. I just found out about them. It's a shame that two people that once were really close, and both of them stated they were really close, that it came to this. So hopefully this is the end of the saga. Jeffree stated that this gentleman has been paid. I just hope that all parties involved in this do the right thing. I don't see where she's really bashing him. She's just basically stating facts, and she introduced him into this business and she helped him get a foot in, and the direction that he decided to go is not something that she is condoning, and she's speaking up. So, Kat, what I am going to say is, I understand you're speaking up now, but if you were aware that your friend was intimidating and bullying, and I don't know if you spoke up to him and say, hey, why are you doing this? Or you just was like, oh my gosh, that's just him. I don't understand why he's doing that. And you never said anything. It kind of almost makes you as guilty because you were aware of what he was doing. Happily, you're speaking up now because it's not right. Bullying and intimidating is not right, especially if you are a large YouTuber, you have a large following, and sometimes these followers are so dedicated that they will go bombard a smaller YouTuber's channel with a bunch of hate, trolling, and it's unwarranted. I'm a really small YouTube channel. I think I have 113, 14 subbies, so I'm just, YouTube to me is truly a hobby and a passion. I'm not getting paid for it. It's just something I'm truly interested in because I love looking back on my videos and was like, hey, I remember that. This is when I was in this part of my life. I'm amazed that YouTube has its own world, its own community. It builds relationships. I've seen relationships torn apart from it. I've built a relationship on YouTube. I know one YouTuber that I have a personal connection with, and that's Bonsell TV. We actually text and we talk on the phone. I don't have other relationships where I'm doing swaps or I'm collaborating, or I just haven't gotten that far. I'm not that big, and I'm just so humbled that two people decide to listen to me more so than 113, 14, wherever. It amazes me that I have that many people that's willing to listen to what I have to say. Now, when you have 2 million subscribers and you have a business and a brand, you want to be very careful how you represent yourself. And that goes to Kat and Jeffree. And I understand why Kat said something, because she introduced him, and even Jeffree said it, to the artist. So when somebody is not being paid, when that gentleman is not being paid, she ultimately feels responsible because she was the one that was the catalyst for that relationship being put together. So of course she felt the need to speak up. Look, I don't like drama. And again, I just hope both of them go on to be very successful in their own separate ways and directions, and let this go and move on. Kat, you did a good thing. Jeffree, if you paid the gentleman for the logo that you are now using clearly on your cosmetics, kudos to you. Do the right thing. Long story short. Alright guys, talk to you later. Angel hugs to all my angels. Bye Kat. Bye Jeffree. Much blessings to you both.